Wow, Alex, great job. Emotional intelligence. You open up another area of leadership development for me. This is something else for me to delve into. And every time I think that I may be catching up to you in the leadership walk, you pull a fast one on me and start talking about something else. This is a whole nother thing for me. I'm just so happy that you're here and you're providing this information specifically for me and for everyone else who wants to join in. And you're really an inspiration for me. All right, thank you. Let's give Alex another hand. I have a question for everyone. I'm seeing some of the results of these seminars. I'm seeing some of the results of these seminars in the actions in the fields and what we're doing and how we're growing. Okay? I know we're having an impact with a few of you. We're providing technical information about the boiler room and leadership development. But I want to see right now how many of you are actually taking the effort to applying some of these materials. Has anyone in this room went out and got one of the books that we have spoken about, or CDs, or any of the materials that we put up on the board? Any one of you? Anybody? Okay, all right. Why are you here? What are you waiting for? You think we're going to punish you if you don't show up? If that's the reason you're here, you're wrong. We're not going to punish you. There's no repercussions from us. The only repercussions will show up in your results. Charlie Tremendous Jones, a famous author and motivational speaker, once said, remember, you're the same today as you'll be in 5 years, except for two things: the books you read and the people you meet. So if you don't like to read, or say you have no time to read, I have to ask you another question. Can you hear? You guys have ears? Okay. Do you drive? You have cars? You have a CD player in that car? You have an iPod or an MP3 player? I'm sure you could buy these books on audio. And as you're driving, during the day or whenever you're driving, if you're commuting to work, if you're going to the store, you could pop these CDs in or listen to these as if they're music. And you could turn your car into a university on wheels. If you have a computer, okay, and an email address, please give it to Laura, because we're providing links to these. We're recording this, and we'll provide the link to you on YouTube so you could actually study this in your free time. If you have a big enough motive, you'll find a way to do this, and you'll find a reason why. Well, maybe I could help you start with that journey. What if we start applying meaning to what we're doing? Okay? What if we look at the bigger picture? Excuse me. Where's a marker? I have one of them. If anybody has seen this before, don't ruin it for me, all right? Okay. What do you see, Dean? Okay. See a dot. Okay. All right, so here. What do you see now? A circle. What else? And a dot, right? Okay. It's pretty obvious, right? You know what I see? I see a whiteboard in the restaurant with a circle and a dot on it. Okay? That's looking at the bigger picture. And we can use that same theory when we're in the boiler room and we're looking at troubleshooting problems. We look at the big picture. What are we doing? What are we affecting? If we're in the boiler room, we're cutting and threading welding gas lines, right? We're welding steam headers. We're installing boiler breachings. We're bending electric tubing. We're connecting wires. We're starting up and fixing burners. In the offices, we're filling out administrative documents, and we're helping Con Ed move along, helping get our jobs done. And as field leaders, we're supervising job sites. We're keeping them on schedule and on the budget. We're supervising people to keep them on task, right? Well, what if we weren't just accomplishing these tasks, but we're installing highly efficient boilers that provide warmth and comfort to thousands of the residents of this great city? What if not only we're providing warmth, with our work, but we're also preserving natural resources with our high efficient energy systems. What if every time we convert a building from dirty number 6 oil to natural gas, we're helping the residents in and around the building breathe easier? They have less respiratory illnesses, reducing the health costs in our city. Well, what if every time we convert a building to natural gas, we're getting America one step closer from reducing the oil cartel's hold on our energy costs? How about this concept? We start applying these leadership principles that we're learning, and we develop better relationships with our family, friends, and our coworkers, okay? We expand our circle of influence. The people in our influence get better. What if we develop into better people and leaders through our education, and we can influence the people outside of it, okay? What if, as we continue to grow, our neighbors and other people in our community notice a difference in our attitudes and the results that we're having in our life? They start to ask us what we're doing. They're attracted to us, okay? What if we start drawing more people into this learning environment? Think about the people in your community now. You know a few people that can use some help? Will they listen to you now before you have better results in your life? Maybe we can break a couple of people out of the entitlement mentality, where people accept something for nothing, or they live on welfare their whole lives. And if we can get some of them off the tax rolls, taking from the tax rolls and teach them to provide for themselves, paying taxes instead of taking our taxes. What if we could provide hope that maybe they have the power in themselves to change for better and improve their own family situations? Do you believe you can make a difference in your life, in your family's life, in your community's life? Well, I believe it. Why? How else can you explain a fatherless high school dropout who in his teenage years in the crazy 1980s, running the streets of Brooklyn unsupervised, following all his friends and associates, and most of them today, they're either dead, they're in jail, or they're retired cops, okay? This kid who started working full-time at 14, he received his high school diploma at 16, and he started as a plumber's apprentice at 19. He earned his master's plumber's license at 31. And today he's trying to have a positive influence on everyone who he comes in contact with, and believes because the work he's doing in his life is helping people learn and grow in their own lives. And he's helping the residents of this city stay warm and have hot showers every day. He's also helping the residents breathe cleaner air. Because of his work, this country is reducing their dependency on foreign oil and reducing global warming. Well, I believe in the long-term results of self-education, because that leaderless, fatherless kid in this story is me. How's that for giving it meaning? Now, I didn't tell you that story to shine a light on myself. I told you that story because in our industry, okay, people who work with their hands, they tend to be less educated. They tend to come from fatherless kids. They called us latchkey kids back in the 80s, okay? Maybe if it'll move just one of you, or one of the kids in your life, or one of your person, to take some of my life lessons and apply them to your own, okay? And you can have more success in your life. How's that looking for a bigger picture? Is that all right? Did I paint the bigger picture? Did we see the whole board? Okay, start applying some meaning to your life, to your work, and have some real value, and understand what we're trying to accomplish here. It's not just about me doing my job, and it's not just about us. We're growing together, okay? You need to start applying some of this information. I do believe that this is the beginning of something great, and I believe this journey has just begun. We have endless possibilities in front of us, and I believe any of you will have a better life if you'll start this journey with us. I believe you're thinking small, and you're not giving yourself a chance to dream big. You may be held back under life circumstances. Well, what are you doing under there? Get out from under them. Maybe you're being held back by fear of what other people think of you. Most people with this fear don't understand that most people are too busy worrying about themselves to give you a second thought. Stop caring about what other people think of you. I'll tell you, I was in the same boat. And it wasn't until I started to personally grow and develop that I developed a shield against it. I don't know what's holding you back. Only you know. Most of you don't realize the impact you can have if you take this journey with us. Will it be easy? No. It's going to be the hardest thing you'll ever do. And it'll not end until the day you die. It'll also be the most personally rewarding thing you could do with your life. You'll leave behind a legacy that people will talk about long after you're gone. Will it be worth it? I believe absolutely this is worth your best efforts. I'm giving it mine. And I still have a long way to go, okay? But why don't you join us? Why don't you just take the journey with us? Thank you. Speaking of taking a journey, I'm going to go into another book. You guys want another 15 more minutes? You okay with that? Got another 15 minutes left in us? All right. It's